Hi everyone, welcome to Simba Travel CRM's YouTube channel. So thanks a lot for joining on our special webinar on how one of the use case on how AI can help travel industry in general. So we have come up with this new feature for using AI enabling your travel core workflows. So in general, B2C work जो लोग करते हैं, the companies who are working on B2C leads, who generate leads from their website, Google, Meta ads, right, have a mechanism to integrate those APIs into their travel CRM and work on it much more efficiently. But what about our B2B partners, जो DMCs and tour operators who work with B2B travel agents? Uh, for any agent who is sitting in any part of the world is inquiring you over email that they would need costing for this kind of itinerary. And each agent's way of working is completely different. They could ask for the two agents can ask for same thing, but in a totally different way. Now, all of this part is actually very time consuming, manually exhausting, and full of risk of being delayed, being getting missed, right? So this session is for you if you are predominantly working with B2B travel agents. Most of your leads are coming from travel agents, or you have one central email ID such as sales@traveldmc.com or info@ or north@ yourdmc.com, or you have multiple email IDs like sales 1, sales 2, sales 3, right? Or there is two, three people whose day-to-day job is to refer every lead, view each of the lead, decide what is written in each of the mail, create a lead on their CRM, and assign it to the right person, right? So before we start, let's do a small experiment. So let's say I am an agent and is inquiring for Kerala costing for 5 nights for 68 packs. So let's say I'm an agent, I am inquiring any DMC. Please share B2B rates and itineraries for 5 nights for late December 2026 for 68 packs, 14 kids included. Please share 3-star and 5-star options with MEP plan. We would like Guests would like to have hotels with Jain food options available. Uh, Flights are already booked. Generally, B2B inquiries don't contain guest detail, but I'm just showing you capabilities. Virat Kohli, guest phone number, and I'm putting some random number. Guest, and I'm removing everything from my signature. So this is, let's say, an email which our agent sends to your DMC, right? Now, let's wait for a couple of seconds. Let AI do this magic. So meanwhile, how does your day-to-day life looks like? Right? So agent sends you an inquiry on email. Someone opens the inbox, refreshes it, reads the email, understands the requirement, and decide whether it's a query or not. And they will create a lead manually, assign a relevant salesperson who will work on that lead, and then the sales team and that person will track what happened to that lead, right? If they remember. Now, your team's job is to actually scan all of that infinite pool of emails and find the relevant inquiries. And those who have worked on so much of B2B leads understand that not every email that they receive on a daily basis is a genuine inquiry. And the cost of those extra email is that you will miss the genuine leads. So on a typical basis, you would receive somewhere from 50 emails to 1,000 emails, which will contain supplier emails, invoices, payment confirmations, newsletter, spams. And only out of those 50 to 1,000 emails, only 10 or 200 would be genuine travel inquiries, right? So the general rate would be 1%, 2%, right? So now your team has to basically read every email to get to those actual inquiries, right? So most of the time that they should spend selling, जो काम उन्हें कोटेशन बेचने में स्पेंड करना चाहिए था, उनका काम ईमेल्स पढ़ के क्वेरी डिसाइड करने में निकल जाता है। नाउ इससे इशू क्या आता है? आपकी क्वेरीज मिस हो जाती हैं। मान लीजिए वन ऑफ द कंसर्न दैट वी यूज टू गेट फ्रॉम द ट्रेवल एजेंट्स दैट आर वर्किंग विद द डीएमसीज हु आर यूजिंग सॉफ्टवेयर सिम्बार इज, लेट्स से अगर कोई क्वेरी 5 या 6 बजे एजेंट आपको ईमेल कर रहा है, then the most likely acknowledgement that your team would send would be next day 10 a.m., 11 a.m., whatever your office timings are. Or let's say you are traveling to those events, then there is a very high chance that you will miss those queries, right? Uh, your leads could be remain unattended for days. Let's say it's a shared email inbox where password is shared between 3 4 people. And by mistakenly at night I receive a query from an agent और मैंने उसको read mark कर दिया. And if I forgot to mark it as unread, there is a very high chance that that lead will be missed. Now, if that email is shared between multiple people, so you will never know ki who is working on this, right? Because someone will say, I have assigned this lead to them, and they will have no mechanism ki whether this lead is assigned to me or not. Also, as I mentioned, ki lead if it is coming on weekend or during the night or after office hour, they will have to wait for a full day, full 12 hours to before even they get a reply. So in this day and age where everything seems so fast, where the agent is inquiring to multiple people, right? So the good opportunities slips out of your eye, right? So this one missed inquiry can cost you more than like full of your year, right? Now, from a perspective of the leadership team or the management teams, you will never know. There is this feeling in your mind that you will always think, "Ki, I on my CRM, it is showing me 100 leads this month." But you will never know ki how many actual emails you received on your website or on your email box. So this is the 100 number that I'm talking about is the are the leads which your team has actually entered on your CRM. But there could be a case where majority of leads they forgot to just keep it in the CRM. Now you will never know ki whether we have replied to this query or not. Like who is the owner, right? Uh, During this process, you will hire interns just to keep look at that inbox. Now, the time by which you reply to your agent, they would have definitely got a faster reply from your competitor. And when you introspect with that salesperson कि भाई क्यों नहीं reply मुझे, why we haven't replied, they could be easily saying सर वो मुझे मेल ही नहीं दिखा, मिस हो गया, सर मेल मिस हो गया. Mail miss हो गया is a very common word which I have seen it by in मतलब whenever I go to our client's office or meet prospective clients, there I would be I would be lying if I haven't heard this phrase कि mail दिखा ही नहीं, right? So you actually cannot scale if you don't know how many leads you are receiving on email. So what have we done? We have brought in a AI expert who reads your email, all the sales email, right? Decide which email are the leads, right? कि कौन से लीड में एक्चुअली कोटेशन की इंक्वायरी है, उस ईमेल को पिक करके उसमें से क्या क्या रेलिवेंट इंफॉर्मेशन है, राइट, वो एक्सट्रैक्ट करके ऑटोमेटिक लीड बना देता है एंड राइट रूल आपके अकॉर्डिंग आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अकॉर्डिंग वो रूल के बेसिस पे लीड असाइन भी कर देता है. तो द मोमेंट email comes to the moment lead is assigned to the right person is all happening within 2 minutes without any human intervention. Let me show you how. So remember we sent an email, right? Kerala costing. I will just quickly show you the mail that we sent. This is the Kerala costing that we sent for inquiry. Now that mail has been captured in Simba and AI has already created a lead for the same. So let's explore what AI did. So AI has extracted the following details. That guest name is Virat Kohli, destination is Kerala, nights are 5 nights, and we mentioned that that it is has 68 packs, 14 kids included. So it did the calculation by themselves, right? It picked my agent name, guest phone number, the accommodation plan, and meal preferences as well. MAP plan hotel with Gen food option available. You will also see that the mail AI has also detected that flights are already booked. You can see the original email here, right? Now, your team has to do is they will see this, right, query, they talk to them. So you can actually manually assign this lead to your team. But the real power is that you can set auto distribution rules to for these tools, right? Let's say I want my leads equally to be divided between all of my team members. And let's say Piyush from my team is absent, right, for a week. I do not want leads to get distributed to Piyush. I can skip them, right? Let's say if I have a Bhutan team separate, Sikkim team separate, right? Or let's say uh, if a query is important, right? If it is a 50-member team, right? PAX query, I want it to be handled by my senior team. I can set those rules. So just soon email comes to your mailbox, right? AI will decide whether it's a lead or not. If it is a lead, extract all the relevant information from the mail, create a lead in Simba, and automatically assign it to the right person, right? And all of this it will happen in under 2 minutes, right? Without any human intervention, right? So once that information is captured, you will have that full email conversation to you, and it will have your full visibility, right? So the old way was one person would read the email where they would judge whether it's a query or not. They will actually refer to the email, paste it in CRM, and then assign and move forward. This would definitely take minutes or sometimes even hours to just reply with the first quotation. But with AI will read the email instantly, detect a genuine query, creates a lead, assign it to the right person automatically, links all of the full conversation within 2 minutes. So basically, the work is same, right? But it's just done in seconds without any delay, right? Without anyone actually touching the inbox, right? So what kind of information does this AI employee will extract? Your destination, travel dates. If it is vague, like mid-December or late December, it will create a tentative date for you. What are the passenger count in this trip, child age, what kind of hotel requirement they have, what are the budgets, what is the guest contact detail, like if they need multiple options, any special requirement, whether the flights are booked or not. So it's someone who understands your travel business, right? And exactly this detail would help you to give you a better quotation. Now, uh, unlike the chai breaks that we you would have your office, AI will not get distracted, or AI will actually ignore, will separate out the supplier emails, invoices, spam, marketing newsletter from the genuine inquiry. And we, after our internal testing, we realized the accuracy of these AI models is upwards of 99% across English, Hindi, and English emails, right? So now there is instant auto lead capturing, right? So the value is that company who replies first usually have a higher conversion rate. जो पहले रिप्लाई करेगा उसके चांसेस बढ़ जाते हैं बिजनेस क्लोज करने में. एंड इस फीचर के बाद यू वुड बी इन अ कॉन्फिडेंस कि मेरे मेल आने से लेके कोटेशन जाने तक यू वुड बी द एक्चुअली फर्स्ट पर्सन विदाउट लीकिंग टाइम, राइट? सो व्हाट्स इट इन फॉर मैनेजमेंट, आपका ओनरशिप क्लियर है, कोटेशन का स्टेटस आपको पता चल जाएगा, आपकी रिस्पॉन्स टाइम जो होती है, एक सेल्स में बहुत कॉमन टर्म होता है फर्स्ट रिस्पॉन्स टाइम, FRT, वो ड्रास्टिकली आपका वन मतलब काफी कम हो जाएगा. एंड द एजेंट्स विल लाइक यू, क्योंकि आप इफ यू थिंक ऑफ इट फ्रॉम अ एजेंट्स पर्सपेक्टिव, एजेंट के सामने उसकी शॉप पे एक कस्टमर बैठा है और वो आपको ईमेल डाल रहा है कि गिव मी थाईलैंड पैकेज, एंड आपकी टीम 2 या 4 घंटे बाद रिप्लाई करी, तो वो जो सामने कंज्यूमर है वो एजेंट के दुकान पे बैठा नहीं रहेगा, राइट? बट आपकी टीम से उसको ईमेल आया, राइट? एआई ने ऑटोमेटिकली लीड बना के नोटिफाई कर दिया और वो इंस्टेंट रेडी पैकेजेस कोटेशन उसको शेयर कर सकता है. तो डीएमसी ने एजेंट को एम्पावर किया और एम्पावर ने एजेंट ने कस्टमर को एम्पावर किया, राइट? नाउ we didn't expect it to be a great reach. When we launched it last week, uh, I personally implemented this solution for multiple companies. So one of our DMCs who is working with us for like last 2 years used to have two interns full time, and they were paying it to some 8,000, 10,000 rupees, right? And their job was to read multiple email boxes, decide which are the leads, and actually assign those lead to their relevant team members. Now, like in last 2 weeks, their cost has been reduced to like one-tenth of that cost, and they were able to reduce this leakage, right? And within a week of launch, 23 DMCs have actually started adopting this and using it in on full production level. So this is more about being empowering your sales team, not replacing them, right? So they can actually क्योंकि ultimately जो email पे आपका काम आ रहा है, the work that you are receiving on email is manually repetitive, right? अगर आप किसी को queries का pattern समझ में आ जा रहा है, then it's just copy pasting. So you are removing the efforts which are not productive in nature, and your sales team can actually focus on sales, right? Now, how this work, right? So there is no monthly commitments, no contracts, right? It's self-recharge based because it's third-party AI services. You can start with as little as 500 rupees, and these are non-expiry credits, right? So you only recharge when you need. So uh, the cost how it works is that it would be somewhere around 0.25, 0.3 paisa to zero point 0.6 paisa per email received. So basically, it depends on the email length the token AI consumes, right? And it's if it is not an inquiry, right, the cost would be less than 5 paisa, 10 paisa, right? And if it's a query, it will process it multiple times and extract all the relevant information, and it will be just 30 paisa, 40 paisa per email received, right? So it's just like a mobile recharge to make your team very efficient, right? And the process is very simple. Connect all of your mails into Sandbox, integrate those emails into your Sandbox, recharge your AI balance. My support team will help you set up the rules for auto distribution, and you can easily track and monitor all of those email queries and balance on your dashboard. So, in nutshell, if you have multiple salespeople, right, basis with the different skills, or you have one central email ID and all of your team works on that ID, or you have different email box, or you are receiving multiple inquiries on a daily basis, right? So this feature is exactly for you, right? So I hope this feature adds added value to your workflow, right? And please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, right? This will help us to bring all the relevant content for you, like how AI is shaping travel industry, what kind of features we are working on, and this will help you to serve better as well. So those who are interested in this feature, we have mentioned our link in the comment. You can reach out to us, and I will speak personally to you, all of you, so that we are able to show you how you can benefit from this technology. Thank you everyone for your time. It's great to see you. Entry वाले practice